So we already know that the Sudbury Wolves and the Barrie Colts have one of the best rivalries in the Ontario Hockey League, and they don't really need to add more fuel to the fire. But the situation involving the what we're calling bounty gates or the Wolves bounty on Kashawn Aitcheson, it's taken another turn. We've been waiting for the Ontario Hockey League to release a statement in regards to the situation. As we found out last week, Jeff Merrick posted an article saying that there's allegations that the Sudbury Wolves put out a bounty on defenseman Kashawn Aitcheson for a hit he delivered on Nathan Villeneuve in a game last month at the Sadlin Arena. And then after that, Aitcheson was a healthy scratch in the game in Sudbury because the Barrie Colts had legitimate fears for his safety as they were alerted to a bounty that was placed on his head. We still don't know any of the specifics. Was it a player? Was it someone in management, somewhere within the organization that wanted to see Kashawn Aitcheson intentionally hurt in that hockey game? We're still waiting for those facts. We don't even know if the bounty actually happened or not. We have no idea. But we do know for tonight, Kashawn Aitcheson will not be in the lineup for the Barrie Colts as they get ready to play the Sudbury Wolves at the Sudbury Community Arena. The game is actually going to get underway in about 40 minutes time from the time of recording as my colleague, Gene Pereira, putting on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, that the Barrie Colts are keeping Aitcheson out of the lineup for safety concerns. And I know that seems kind of silly to say because, yes, hockey is a very physical game. It can be violent at times. But with this bounty that has been allegedly put on Kashawn Aitcheson's head, the Colts are taking this very seriously, and they say Aitcheson will not be in the lineup when the Colts play the Sudbury Wolves until the league finishes their investigation. We haven't heard much from the league. We just know they're doing an investigation. But now this is kind of punishing Aitcheson. He delivered that hit on Nathan Villeneuve, as I mentioned. It was deemed a clean hit. He did answer Collins as he came after him to drop the gloves, and Collins, of course, got the instigator on that play. But this is kind of now punishing the Barrie Colts defenseman who the bounty was allegedly against. So I know if Aitcheson played tonight, it was going to be fascinating because I was hoping to go to the game tonight in Sudbury, but with the way the weather was, I decided to stay back. But you have to figure if Aitcheson does play, how's that going to impact the game? Because the officials, the league will be watching very closely. If a player takes a run at Aitcheson, what kind of repercussions will that be because of the allegations of a bounty? But then if you don't play a physical style with Kashawn Aitcheson, then you don't want to just let him have the puck and carry it end to end and do it as he wants. So it's really this whole allegations, if you're a Wolves fan or a Colts fan, is really a lose-lose because now it's turned into this chess game between the Colts and the Wolves. And right now it's all in the league's hands to decide how this is all going to play out. Was there, in fact, a bounty placed on Aitcheson's head? Was there not? Because let's face it, now we've got all this uncertainty, and with the Sudbury Wolves leading the Central Division, looking to go on a deep run in the playoffs, because Sudbury, they haven't had a championship in a long time. Last time they were in the Memorial Cup you got to go back almost 70 years, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a season where Sudbury had a lot of high expectations, and now this dark cloud, it continues to get a little darker with these new developments in regards to Kashawn Aitcheson, again, not being put in the lineup for the Barrie Colts. So it's a very sticky situation. Hopefully we get an answer from the league soon as to whether or not there was a bounty placed on Kashawn Aitcheson. I'm sure Marty Williamson, he'll be having a comment with Gene. You can check out Gene's article on Barrie 360. I'm sure he'll be getting a quote. Not sure how much Marty Williamson can say with the league investigating, but it is huge that Kashawn Aitcheson, one of the top defensemen on this Barrie Colts team, not able to play because of the whole bounty gate or whatever you want to call it. So that's the latest. I'll be following the game tonight, seeing what happens next, waiting to find out if the league's going to have some sort of a release to talk about the situation. And it's just, you got to hope that something is solved soon because it's now affecting Aitcheson. He can't play in these games. You're now losing the services of your top defenseman because you're concerned for his well-being over these allegations, which may or may not have happened. So let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on the latest on the bounty gates, if that's what we're going to call it, because it's fascinating how this is all going. It's you don't want it to be a situation where the league's maybe just trying to brush this away, or maybe they're just not wanting to acknowledge it. But I think at this point, now that Aitcheson's missed 2 games because of the allegations against him, something's got to be done. But either way, love to see your comments down below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you again soon.